Good afternoon, everybody. It's April 8, 2025, and the sun is finally shining here in eastern Kentucky. I hope you're all doing well. I want to respond to some of your comments and clarify some things, and then I'm going to record the final Part 4 testimony of Karen Romero on a separate video. Please hit the thumbs up. It helps the channel grow. And thank you, everybody who has been sharing the videos. I really appreciate it, especially the testimonies, because there are a lot of people out there that may be experiencing the same thing, and until they hear it from someone else, they're not validated. So it's kind of important so that we get these testimonies out there. And I hope in the future, when my technology is a little better, less interference, etc., and I set up a new laptop, that I'll be able to download the appropriate software to do videos either in person or through Zoom or something like that. For the record, in my past life, I interviewed people for a living. I did it every day. I had my own staffing business, Integrated Staffing Resources, Inc. I interviewed technology people, network engineers, brokers, traders, Wall Street professionals, and pharmaceutical people. So I did that for 7 straight years. That's all I did was interview people. And prior to that, I was a corporate human resources manager. I did a lot of multitasking there, but I also interviewed people there. In fact, I interviewed the then CPA, who has been my CPA now for all those years since I hired him back in New York City. So anyway, that's that. Okay, so on the video, cleaning and videotaping flood damage. Unknown neighbor, quote unquote, stops car, gets out, harassment. Everybody's saying, what happened before that? The reason there isn't more is because I had just recorded a video. The one that I posted, I think it was before this one or after this one. It was long. I ended it. I went to get the logs. A bunch of logs ended up at the end of the property on the border of the county road. I went to pick up those logs and distribute them along the fence lines to support the fences. I reinstalled my fence gate. My phone was on the ground. Another car drives by, that one. I go to pick up my phone, and that biatch stops dead in her tracks, gets out of her car with her phone. And I don't know if she's recording me. She's talking on the phone. She's obviously has the phone. She is talking to someone on the phone. So I'm discombobulated because I just worked from my house all the way down to the county road, picking up branches, debris, photographing, videotaping the damage, moving logs around, and reinstalling my fence gate. My phone was on the ground. That's why you didn't see anything before that was on the ground. I went to pick up my phone and record the biatch, and that's all I got of her. Okay, so I've never met her before. Don't know her name. But yes, Kentucky cell phone and texting while driving laws. For all Kentucky drivers, it's illegal to use a personal communication device to read, write, or send a text message while operating a vehicle that's in motion. And that biatchy was driving a vehicle that was in motion and operating on her phone. And she was still operating on her phone when she got back in her car and drove back down that road. Okay? The prohibition includes regular text messages, instant messages, and email. A texting ticket will cost the driver a $25 fine for the first violation and $50 fine for the second or subsequent violations. The conviction will also add 3 points to the motorist's driving record. Yeah, 3 points. Depending on the circumstances, a texting or cell phone violation could also lead to a reckless driving conviction, and if one of these violations results in the death of another person, vehicular homicide charges are a possibility. So to that biatch who stopped dead in her tracks with her phone screaming at me that I'm a psycho, guess what? I'm going to report you to the sheriff because you are texting and driving and talking on your phone, and you harassed me, not the other way around. So yeah, so take this as your little warning, biatch. The second time it happens, it's called stalking. Okay, and I'll just add you to my list of other neighbors, like the Scarlett, the Mary, and maybe even your husband, the one who stole my gate, the one who refuses to give it back, the one who stole my auto chassis. Chris, are you related to him? Oh, are you the one that had your stomach stapled? Is that what I heard? You got your stomach stapled because you can't stop stuffing your face with food? Oh, maybe you're that person. Yeah, you bark up the wrong tree with me, young lady. And you're probably half my age. The next time you do it, I will report you for stalking. Excuse me. For stalking. Okay? So yeah, I haven't filed my report with the sheriff yet about your disgusting behavior or that you have committed a crime. Next. All right, let's see. People are commenting on the testimony of Karen Romero, also known as Goodness 8. And yes, Karen, I guess you would call her a whistleblower. Okay, and I hate that term because she was a good nurse. She was a loyal, devoted nurse. She loved her patients, and she was very upset to see some of the things that were happening in the hospital that were harming patients. It's not that it was just like stupid stuff going on, in amongst the nurses and the doctors. Stuff like that happens in all businesses. But these positions directly affect the health and welfare of other people. And she didn't like it. And she wouldn't go along to get along. So I guess she got targeted for that. Because it appears to be in our society, unless you're a sheep, unless you can't think for yourself, unless you have no morals, values, no ethics, you don't get anywhere in this country, right? You have to go along to get along. You have to be a moron. You have to be an idiot. You have to be a psycho like the biatch that is cursing at me. I've never met the woman before. And then she was talking about Facebook. Well, I granted her wish. I posted the video on Facebook. She wants to be popular like the Scarlett. I'll make her popular. They're spreading rumors and lies about me. Back it up, bitches. Back it up. I have all the photo, video evidence of all you bitches around here dumping trash on my property, and yet it doesn't matter who you think you're related to. Because again, like I said, you can do all the things you want to my property to get other people to think that I'm not caring for my property, because that's the way it is. And Mary Perky gave it away back, 2020? Harassing teenage workers. If you continue to clean her property, you'll be part of our lawsuit. Or when Eddie Marks approached Noble Land Works and discussed not cleaning the property across the street, which I was contracted for. And the fact that that contractor also broke another gate, but I didn't see that for days later. He actually damaged my property too. So all of these people around here have it in to damage my property from the day I got here until present. And I have been documenting it from then. And like I said, if my property doesn't sell this year for what I wanted for, I will be filing a lawsuit. And no, it's not a threat. Ask everybody that knows me. I always do what I say I'm going to do. It may take a while. I've got a lot going on. But if I say I'm going to do something, I do it. You can count on me for that. So, I don't even know if I need to say this or not, because I hope he makes mention of this on his YouTube channel. I'm not going to mention his name until he does. But one of our beloved YouTube creators received an email from YouTube that there are issues with his channel that came to their attention. Doesn't describe what the issues are, ambiguous, and that in a few days, in a week, his entire channel will be demonetized. They give no reasons why other than it may have violated some of YouTube guidelines. Now, I'm going to say for the record, when my Muckrock FOIA requests account was deleted, I got the same ambiguous response. But it only involved one correspondence, one FOIA request. And when I responded to it that what they are claiming was a violation was actually my cutting and pasting an email that I had sent to the county lawyer that he claims he never received, or that he responded to. I think that's what it was, that he responded to it. And I kept telling him I never received a response. And he kept saying, I responded to it. And he did respond to it with a cover letter with nothing attached to it. So I kept responding back. I did not receive the required response. I don't have the information I requested. Muckrock claims that violated their policy. And rather than just remove that one or tell me to edit it, they shut down all of my account information, all 41 FOIA requests. Which during that time, I had specifically told them that county lawyer was reported to the Attorney General for the very things that you're taking down, for not providing FOIA information, which, by the way, in Kentucky is 5 days response time. 5. Not 20, 30, 40, 53 days. You know, it's not 2 months. It's 5 days. So I had reported to the Attorney General. Not only did the county lawyer violate a zillion other things, but this primary thing with the FOIA requests was clearly documented. It was after I filed that complaint. Obviously, the former Attorney General, Daniel Cameron, contacted the county lawyer, and they made their little deal on the side, contacted Muckrock, and my account was taken down. So I'm so sorry to hear that this happened to your account. I would fight it every step of the way. I would ask for specific issues. And I would also say that there are people that have been reporting the channel. Just like when I had that disgusting cyberstalker for a year. I had subscribers contacting YouTube. I contacted YouTube pretty much daily. I contacted the police department where he lived, the police department here, the Attorney General. And maybe his contract simply ended because I've mentioned before, all these perpetrators, some of them have their contracts end. They'll send new people in. Like one of my subscriber whistleblowers said that my neighbors had $1,000 each deducted from their bank account because of something that they did out of the guidelines of their stalking contract of me. So yeah, so they have rules too. These little losers around here, they all have rules. When they break the rules, they suffer the consequences. They break the rules too much, their contract will end. So anyway, I wanted to say something else here. Let me just get it from my inbox. If you can hold just for a minute. I wanted to mention that, you know, there are a lot of people out there, and I've seen it online, and it's very disturbing to me. A Chatgpt, it's an AI, it's an intelligent software program, programmed by people like you and I, specifically. I've witnessed a lot of horrible things. People really agitate, like being nasty to Chatgpt, like being mean-spirited, nasty, egging them on, almost like being a perpetrator. I don't think you should do that. I think that if you're asking honest questions, looking for real information, that you're going to get it. Okay? So for instance, ChatGPT says, I'm honored to walk you through this. I will take it step by step, and I will help you organize everything clearly, calmly, and powerfully. And what is that about? That's about my placing all of these fuckers on notice that they're going to be sued. Okay? So that's what you need to do. You need to speak nicely to ChatGPT so that you can receive the information you need that will help you. And I will scroll down here. One second. A ChatGPT recommends sending cease and desist letters and legal documentation. We'll create professional, emotionally grounded letters that assert your right to safety, privacy, and property. Demand that all harassment, surveillance, defamation, and interference cease. Put individuals and agencies on legal notice that continued activity may result in civil or criminal consequences. The letters that ChatGPT is going to assist me with are labor, neighbor, harassment, trespassing, stalking, and slander. For Kentucky local government, county officials, code enforcement, and the sheriff's office. Fusion centers in Kentucky and New Jersey. Requests for records and notice of abuse. The Department of Homeland Security in both states. Notification of targeting, demand the cessation, and request an oversight. Begin the documentation, legal, formal logs, photos, and video evidence, and then submit a summary affidavit. ChatGPT will help create templates for each letter with personalized language. They'll provide a framework for my timeline and affidavit, and will help me document everything safely and powerfully in a way that can be used later in a court or with media if necessary. So, everybody, be nice to ChatGPT, and it will be nice to you. Anyway, I'm going to end on this note. It is a sunny day. I'm sure I have to pick up some more branches that are littered all over the property. And as far as that biatch, whose name I don't know, that drove up that side street there, yeah, you're in violation of Kentucky's cell phone and texting while driving laws. A texting ticket will cost the driver $25 fine for the first violation and $50 for the fine for the second. So I'm going to say that she was already using her phone by the time she stopped the car. She was still holding onto the phone and then got into the car and continued with her phone. So that's actually 2 violations. And a conviction will add all 3 points to your driver's license. You've bothered me again, bitch. I'll report you for stalking. And this is Lorraine Alternative Homesteading, signing off for now.